Lord have mercy. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Oh my God, today I'm sitting here sweating with anticipation. I am so excited to finally reveal the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Androgyny Eyeshadow Palette. Ooh. This palette has been in the works for about, I think it's been almost 9 months now, and I really wanted to even improve the formula for my first palette. Now, Beauty Killer was such a big moment for me. It was my first eyeshadow palette ever. I am so proud of this palette. I could not believe how well it sold last year. You guys came so hard for this palette and showed it so much love, and I was a little scared, but I was like, you know what? This is my brand. I'm only gonna do stuff and make colors that I want to wear, that I also know that you guys are gonna wear, but at the end of the day, I have to love it. So, when I first did this palette, I was like, girl, I'm throwing in the hot pink, the blue, the gold, everything, and this is just gonna be it. So after the Beauty Killer palette came out and it got so much love, I definitely was jumping into the lab and I started to create the Androgyny palette. Now, I wanted to improve the formula, and not that the first one wasn't great. I stand by it. I think it is so pigmented, but I think with anything and any brand, you can always improve for the next round. So I gave myself a while to go through everyone's feedback. Me and customer service at my warehouse had a huge meeting about it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in the lab and I'm even gonna make this shit better, more pigmented, more soft, more buttery, triple milled, like, I'm not playing around, everybody. So when I was creating this palette, I wanted to do my version of a neutral palette. So you will see a lot of neutral colors, a lot of cool tones, a lot of warm tones, but you're also gonna see a little bit of more, funkiness, but my version. So this palette is very earthy, it's sexy, it's gorgeous. There are so many looks that you can get from this palette. So without further ado, here is the palette. Woo! So as you guys are first taking a look at it, let's go through all of it together. Now you see the top row is very, I guess what we'll call neutral. Now there are 2 formulas in this palette. There are metallics, and then of course there are the super mattes. And what I mean by super matte is like it is really, really rich with pigment. Like we're talking insane amount of coverage. Now these pan sizes are really big for an eyeshadow palette, and I like everything really jumbo and very out there. To me, it's not about making the consumer or the customer buy one right away because you already hit pan, 3 weeks later. To me, this is about art. It is about creating something so fun and unique that you guys are going to be able to appreciate for a long time. So not to say anything in any type of way, but just to give you a comparison, because I get asked this all the time. Here is a MAC eyeshadow and here is my pan size next to it. So just so you guys can get like a comparison of how big the sizes are. So the retail price for this will be $45, just like my previous palette. And as you see, the design is all pink, what we call in the makeup industry leatherette. So this is not real leather, this is a faux leather type of material. And I wanted the effects of like a lizard or like a reptile. So as you will see on the zoom in, it is like a shimmery bubblegum hot pink with a little bit of sparkle in there. Of course, we have the gold stamping in the frame. And then when you open up the palette, you have a very nice mirror, courtesy with my fingerprints, excuse me, but the mirror is very nice. And what I mean by that is like some palettes, like for some reason the mirror is like sometimes a little warped, or it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, you guys at home, you know what I'm talking about. The mirror just doesn't like, you can't get ready in it, but these ones are very, they're top quality, baby. Other information I think that you guys should all know about this palette is that it is 100% vegan. So what that means is that the entire palette was made with ingredients that are not derived from animals. And of course, as is my entire brand, it is all cruelty-free. Now, the moment that everyone has been asking and waiting for is this palette will be launching on March 4th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you need to know your time zone, bitch, you better Google it. But yeah, guys, March 4th, I am really, really excited. When you finally are able to put something out that you've spent months and months working on, it is so nerve-wracking, anxiety-ridden, and just amazing all at the same time. It's like very like, oh my God. All right, so now we're about to dive into the palette. I'm gonna swatch all the colors for you and just talk about why I named them, why I did. A lot of people are like, well, what does androgyny mean? Now, androgyny, I think, is the definition of Jeffree Star. Since I was a little 8th grader playing with my mother's makeup, I have always been called androgynous. So basically what that means is it is a combination of masculine and feminine characteristics. So it's like gender ambiguity can be found in makeup, fashion, sexual identity, gender identity, anything. So besides being my #1 lipstick in my line, that is why I named the palette this way. So, you know, I think if you are really looking at the colors and playing with it, you will definitely just be able to get that kind of vibe. All right, so I'm gonna just start right at the top left. So the first shade is called Frosting. It is a, let me just swatch it real quick because Lord, oh, it is so creamy. So there is Frosting. It is a beautiful gold toned pale metallic. It is so stunning, and this color I have right here in my inner corner. It is tucked in right there and right there. It is really blinding. I am such a dessert addict, you guys. I used to eat tubs of Pillsbury, like hot pink funfetti icing, and I would get really stoned and eat that like a whole jar in over a few days. I know. Really healthy, right? Don't try that at home. So that is why that one is called Frosting. The shade next to it is called Safe Word, and that is a, let me swatch that for you guys. Oh, it's so creamy. That is a cool toned, really light brown. It is perfect for putting in the crease for any cool toned look. And guess what I did today, guys? Let's take a look at my cheeks. I also contoured a little bit of my cheekbones with Safe Word. So if you are more on the fair side, this is actually a really good contour color. Now, Safe Word is just playing on top of, you know, some sexual desires, some fun things. If you don't really know what a Safe Word means, just Google it later and you'll find out. All right, now moving on to the third shade. It is called Charm. Let me swatch her. Bam. And Charm is a beautiful, warm tone transition shade. This is right in my crease today. Oh, I just feel like this shade, now I've been testing this on my friends for a few months now, and Charm is the perfect transition color for any skin tone. It is just flawless. It really takes that smoky eye to the next level. Now, this shade is called Charm because one of my favorite movies is called The Craft. If you've never seen that movie, girl. It is very witchy and cute. Now, the fourth one over is called Deja Vu. It is a beautiful frosted metallic brown with glitter in it. Oh my Lord. These four together though look really pretty, yes. Now Deja Vu is really perfect for that stunning bronzy smoky eye. You can put it all over the lid. I mean, you guys can obviously put it anywhere you want, but I love putting Deja Vu all over the lid and then just a lash and a little bit of a liner. It's like easy go-to brown shade. All right, now moving on to the fifth shade in the top row. This shade is called Dominatrix, which if you guys have that liquid lipstick that I made, that is exactly why it's called that. It literally is the identical shade of Dominatrix liquid lip. So let's swatch, my thumb is the only clean finger I got. So let's swatch that. There is one swipe. Good morning. All right, now the bottom left one is called Androgyny, of course, which is almost identical to my liquid lipstick color. I was like, okay, imagine this in a shadow form. It would be the dopest plum mauve like hybrid. So Androgyny, there's a little one swipe coverage, girl, like the shade. So this one today I put on my lash line and in my crease, if I look up right there. And then I mixed it with this shade called Fetish, which is right next to it. Now, Fetish is a deep, dark red with a little bit of like metallic in it. You guys will see that in a second. It is very, like it has a little sparkle in it, but once it's on the eye, it really doesn't show sparkle. Now Fetish is on my entire bottom lash line and all mixed in with Charm right here and all over the lid. Moving on, the third one is called Military. It is a matte military green. Now, I don't have a lot of greens in my collection and my whole entire makeup collection. Now, greens are kind of hard to, not hard to come by like they don't exist, but it was really hard for me to find an army green when I was creating this palette last year, and I created my version of what I think army and military basically looks like, and that's her. All right, now the shade next to it is a gorgeous, like hunter dark tealish green. It is called Poison. And oh my god, oof, yes! Now Poison is just stunning. I love a smoky eye. I feel like everyone does black and gray smoky eyes. I'm more into blues, greens, yellows. So when I was creating this one, I just wanted something that was like really dark, but still had some, you know, a little different energy to it. Now, the last shade in the palette, the bottom right, is called Swallow. It is a hot dark blue, and my thumb is like, are you ready for this? It is, this one is really like, oh Yes. Now, Swallow is so good for the perfect dark dramatic smoky eye. This all over the lid and just everywhere. Now I use Nathan's arm because you guys know I have way too many tattoos to try to swatch some of these. So we have the top row of eyeshadows here, and then we have the bottom 5 right here. So voila. Now I'm definitely gonna be creating a lot of looks, of course, with this palette on my channel. I also brought in my friend Lipstick Nick, who created all the looks for my beauty ad campaign, and she's gonna be creating a few of them on my channel, so I'm excited for you guys to see that. All right, now it's time for you guys to sound off in the comment section down below. Let me know your favorite colors in the palette, let me know what kind of looks you're excited to create, and I will see you all on March 4th when this baby is finally out. So thank you to all my subscribers and my customers for being so loyal, so amazing, and letting me create things that I just envision in my head. And you know, they may not be conventional, they may not be safe in the beauty industry, but thank you for letting me be me. Always, it is so much appreciated, and it just means the world to me that I even get to do this every day for a living, and I cannot thank you enough for your support. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, of course, leave them down below, and I will try to get back to everybody that I humanly possibly can. And if you guys forget any of the launch dates, the time, or anything, it will be in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Mwah! Bye, guys.